It was late Thursday night. I was getting my ass thrown around by my twin brother. Now I know why you might be asking why this was happening. Well, let me get you all caught up. First, let me introduce myself. My name is Luke. Right now, I'm a freshman at Beans High School. My best friend is Barry. We've been best friends since elementary school. He's really smart, but never really Barry. My twin brother Tommy and I never really saw eye to eye. I was always the favorite twin. Tommy was always irresponsible, always hanging out with the wrong crowd. Then one night, Tommy decided to sneak out of the house while it was raining and thundering. I decided to follow him to see where he was heading. We ended up in this abandoned storage. It had this weird looking machine inside. I tried moving in closer to get a better look. As I tried to get closer, I looked back up to see that Tommy had disappeared. I looked everywhere. He was nowhere near the machine. I went up to the machine to see what it was, but I had no idea. I ran back home to see if Tommy was home. I checked his room and there he was laying in his bed. The next morning, I skipped school and went back to the warehouse. As I was checking the machine, something fell and hit the machine. As it turned on, I got hit by these particles of dark matter. Lightning struck down and hit me. I went unconscious for a couple of hours. When I woke up, the machine was broken. I sat in my room scared and confused, not knowing what had happened. I heard Tommy sneak out. I sat and waited until he returned home. Hours passed. I began to worry. I went to check on him. He was standing there talking to the tall, dark figure. I couldn't tell who it was. I knocked something over. As I tried to hide, Tommy started coming towards me. I ran. I don't know how, but I was home in seconds. I didn't know what was going on, so I went to see if Barry would know what was going on. As I got there, Barry told me that I got hit by the dark matter and that's what made me become really fast. He was really excited. He thought maybe we should come up with a name. He said Speedy and that I needed a costume. As I headed down the stairs, I saw both of Barry's parents dead. I heard yelling coming from upstairs. I went upstairs into Barry's room and saw it was Barry and the tall dark figure. He grabbed Barry as I stood there. He asked if I recognized him. I went in closer to see who he was. "Tommy," I said. I asked why he was doing this. He told me he was jealous and mad at what I had done. I took the spotlight and became the hero that he was going to be. "So for that, I'm going to take your best friend from you," he said as he shoved his fist through Barry's chest. He dropped him and ran off. I went to see Barry as he took his last breath. Days passed as we hadn't heard from Tommy or seen future Tommy. I ran back to where the broken machine was and saw that it was missing. As I was looking around, it began to rain and thunder. As this wave of particles passed through the entire city, I saw lightning strike a building. I ran over there and saw Tommy was knocked unconscious. As I saw future Tommy zoom past me, I followed him on top of a building as he started fading away. I asked what was going on as he told me that the new timeline was setting in as he vanished. I ran back to Tommy and he was gone. The news popped up. Buildings were getting destroyed in seconds. Many dead. I ran over there and saw it was Tommy. I asked why he was doing this. He said that he was the opposite of me and that we'd be fighting for centuries. As he started running towards me, throwing punches, he knocked me down onto the ground. He wouldn't stop, so I got up and we started running. I chased him. "He's too fast," I said to myself, so I tried cutting him off. He fell down to the ground as I stood over him. He just laughed as he was trying to get up. I stopped him before he could escape, so I broke his kneecap. I looked away for a second as Tommy got up and tried to attack me. As a couple of gunshots went off, I turned and saw Tommy dead. I ran back home and went to my room. As I heard my mom yelling, my dad came to my room telling me that Tommy was dead. The next day, we had his funeral. A couple weeks went by after what happened. I made my own suit and started putting bad guys in jail every day. I would stop by Tommy's and Barry's graves. There were more threats in my city, so I would run and lock up every bad guy and villain.